Hi guys, my name is Eridani and today I am doing 2 gouache paintings. Welcome back to another video. Let's jump right into it. So to start out with, I'm losing my mind today. So I sketched these 2 little characters. They're the same character, but I wasn't sure, I'm testing out color palettes for this character because I made them and I love them, and I think that this might be like a fantasy center or something for me. I really like it, and I didn't know if I wanted it to have what color I wanted the skin to be and what color palettes I wanted to try out. I kind of knew generally, so I want to do one with green skin and then another one with pink skin and kind of see how that turns out. So that's what we're doing today. So as you can see, I have painted the background pink for the green one, and then I'm going to paint the background green for the pink one so that the illustrations kind of match, because it's kind of a random color palette to put together on a spread. So I'm excited about that, and then I'm just painting in the skin green right now. So I'm just going to jump back a little bit. I really like doing my sketches for gouache paintings in colored pencil as opposed to regular pencil, because I feel like when the pencil shines through, it's the actual color it's supposed to be, so it doesn't look as weird, and that makes me happy. And then I don't like when graphite smudges, so that's nice to avoid as well. I don't know, for some reason I really don't like smudgy art materials like charcoal and really dark pencils. They're hard. Mechanical pencils are kind of in a gray area. They're kind of smudgy, but they work. I like the hard pencils, where it's the hardest thickness. Those are really nice because they don't smudge as much, and then they give you really clear lines. I really like that about them. So jumping back into the painting. So for this character, I wanted them to kind of look more like a bug than an oni or something. And I was heavily pulling inspiration from I can't remember what these spiders are called, but they have spikes on their abdomen and they're really cute for a spider. I don't like spiders very much, but this spider is very pretty looking. And then with the markings on the skin, I was kind of going for clouds or a nebula or something, because I kind of wanted it to be space themed. Okay, so in the beginning when I was sketching out these characters, I thought it looked too much like Darth Maul, with the black sclera and the little horns and stuff. I was like, oh, we're crossing a little bit of a line here. But I think that in the end it turned out pretty good, and I'm excited about this. And then for her, the green stuff on her arms, it's supposed to be an armband or something. In the original sketches that I did of this character, on the other page, I'll put a picture of it up on screen. It was supposed to be a weird thing where it would it was a third joint sort of thing, so that's why it kind of looked like a mechanical joint. Then I was looking at it and I'm like, the hand wouldn't be able to be alive if it was divided by a mechanical section. Yeah, so if I wanted to keep that part of the character, I would need to rework it story-wise, and it's based on the fact that I actually I'm double jointed in my shoulders, so I kind of can go back with my arms like a Barbie doll, but I don't know. On an unrelated note, I would just like to say, just in my life, I thought that red velvet cake was just vanilla cake with spices in it. I didn't know it was chocolate cake. I thought it was just white cake with red food coloring and maybe cinnamon in it. And I was very confused. And also, I don't know very much about red velvet cake. But who decided that chocolate cake should be red? I wonder when that was invented. I should probably also start explaining my painting process. So right now I'm using gouache, as you know, and when I do gouache paintings, this type of gouache, I don't know if other types of gouache are different, but you can't really go over it with other types of paint because it reactivates the paint underneath and you get kind of a muddy mess. So you try and avoid that. So you do the backgrounds like first, but you avoid all places where you kind of want other paint to go. And then you block in the big colors for your whatever you're painting. That's what I'm doing right now. I just blocked in the colors for everything. And then I go over it in kind of a detail layer. It's pretty cool, and it's really like satisfying to watch a bunch of blobs of colors like transform into something that you actually want to look at. So yeah, this was really fun. This was really satisfying. Okay, and then when I was painting this, I had a revelation. So I started adding, I think, pink rim light. I think this is what I'm doing right now. And it tied the whole thing together, and I love it so much because it like ties it in more to the background and to the other character. I just loved it so much, so that worked out really well. Oh, and then right now I'm adding all the jewelry. So I actually own all of the jewelry that's on this character, like the golden moon earrings and then the silver star necklace. I'm actually wearing them right now. I've really been loving the combination. So then I started on the pink character, and at first I thought that the pinks looked too like purplish. I thought that was an issue. I'm like, oh, this isn't what I'm going for. But on camera they look fine, and I probably was just like, my eyes were probably just tired or something. Then we started the process over again with the second character, just blocking in the colors. For some reason, this character's colors were a lot harder to deal with. I don't know why, but like things like the stripes that worked really well on the other character, they showed up, like they didn't really show up very well on the second one because the character was too like pale. So, and then the character's hair was pink. So when I put like the darker stripes on there, it looked like hair for a second, like hair was going across her face. We ended up salvaging it, and in the present, it looks good, but it was a struggle in the beginning. You can see evidence of the struggle because instead of working on the hair like I was probably wanting to do, I decided to fill in the eyes and stuff before braving on. So we started with this pink, and I thought, oh, it looks good. And then I added the eyebrows, and you can kind of see I added some stripes, and I was like, this ain't looking as good. And then I liked this color palette because it had more gold in it, and it kind of reminded me of like a ballerina or like a carnival carousel. And I really liked that at first, but it ends up changing a little bit more to purples. So I don't know, it was interesting. This is another part where the character started to look cursed, is when I put the started doing stuff to the mouth. She's supposed to be like open mouth smiling, but I made the tongue gold at first. I was like, oh, it'll match the color palette, but no, it looked weird because it was like you can't even really see the tongue right now. It just looks weird. So we fixed that later, but at this point I was like, oh, this is looking strange. But I don't know, it turned out good in the end, and that's just one of the many, many testaments to trusting the process. And at this point, I also decided to darken the background so that the character would pop off from it more, and so that it would more match the colors that were predominantly used in the other character. And this background ended up looking streakier. I don't know, it looks artistic now. But as always, with this half of the page, it was a struggle. Okay, here is where we changed the tongue to pink, and then we started to darken the hair. Started to add more purples to the pinks I was using. And then this continues on for a while. I darkened it like once or twice. I think it was twice. So so that it would look more like, I don't know, like the ratio of pale to dark that the other has with the skin. I don't know, it's interesting. I've said that a lot today. Also, Transformers Prime is a great TV show, and I finished watching it up to like season 3, episode 13, and it feels incomplete. I'm pretty sure that there's another episode that I've neglected to watch, and I haven't had the initiative to do so, and I'm mad because it's so good and now it's over, and now I'm watching Voltron, so that's fun. I don't know, I really like animated shows. I only have like one non-animated series that I really enjoy, and that's Psych. It's very funny, so there's my TV watching history for you. Should probably explain the object wrapped around her shoulders. It's supposed to be a jacket. I have kind of a similar jacket in orange. But, yeah. So then I decided to go in with the cyan rim lighting to match this one's background. And at first, like, it didn't look like lighting. It kind of looked like she had weird paint and stuff all over. Like, especially on the nose, it looks weird. So we lightened that up a couple times as well. But no, the most satisfying place of all to put rim lighting is like on flyaways of the hair, because it just pops them off the background so well, and that was really fun to do in this painting. So at this point in the process, it was basically just finishing touches on both, just like fixing little things that bothered me. So I decided to give them like more of an upper lash line, and that works. It smudged a little bit on the green one, which I was sad about, but I was able to save it, and I'm happy. And then I decided to add like a little sparkle pattern on the jacket so that it would be more like interesting to look at, and that was really fun. So here is the final showcase of how they turned out. I really like how they turned out. Comment how you think that they look down in the comments below. I'd love to read that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a beautiful day. Like, share, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. So yeah, bye guys.